What's going on, guys? Joe from the Review Crew here. I'm joined again by
Mikey.
We're going to be watching episode 2, season 1. We don't really have that much to discuss about in season 1 thus far because we only watched one episode.
That was a crazy episode.
It was a crazy episode. A lot of questions and no answers. And that's going to be a recurring theme. There's going to be a lot of questions and not a lot of answers for a little while.
Why is the white stuff milky?
Yes, why is the white stuff milky?
The drugs.
But we got introduced to a lot of the main characters, even if it was very brief with one or two of them, which I won't really say anything else about. But yeah, do you guys have anything you want to add? Like, who was your favorite character thus far, even though you didn't really experience a lot of them yet?
I'm really enjoying the cop. I forget his name, but the cop that threw the guy in the airlock.
Yes, yeah. Well, because he's the only... He had a lot of screen time, but there was a little growth there because at the beginning of episode 1, you saw him as like a crooked cop taking money, and then he saw like the kids were sick, and especially the children specifically. Yeah. And he's like, you know what? Screw that guy.
I think he's gonna have a really good story.
You know, I really like this episode of CSI. Like CSI?
Shut the fuck up.
All right.
Wow. That is, without further ado.
We're going to be starting episode 2 in a few seconds here, but we just want to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Everybody.
We got really good feedback on the first episode. We're going to try to do the series right.
The Expanse community, you guys all seem really nice, very intelligent, with the fact that not many of you at all even left us spoilers, and some were warning against spoilers, so we will be paying attention to the fact that, you know, somebody might try to spoil something for us. We'll avoid those at all costs. Thank you for, you know, keeping most of your reaction comments as vague for things as possible, so nothing was given away, while also showing your genuine enthusiasm for the show
and knowledge. Cool. There were some really knowledgeable comments in there.
Yeah, we appreciate. You know, there's some stuff that was just space related, like, you know, discussing moon relation to, you know, the planet's size and whatnot.
Yeah.
As well as, you know, the fact that, you know, Ceres is larger than Earth in terms of, not larger, has more water than Earth.
Has more water than Earth,
Probably
which is crazy.
Earth, but...
And 3 separate people answered why the drugs were milky.
Yes, we learned why the drugs are milky. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. We like the community of the Expanse so far in our first episode. It's been a very nice experience.
Yeah, I guess what I'm hoping to get out of this whole viewing process again is to become a fan of the Expanse instead of just really liking the show.
Yeah.
Like actually turning into a full-fledged fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a, you know, difference between liking a show and being a full fan, in the sense that, you know, there's shows I've liked and I've watched episodes and I'm like, cool, you know, that's fine. And then there's shows I've watched and when I finish them, I'm like, I'm on the Wikipedia or the fandom Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened there? Actually, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm on Reddit looking. And, you know, I don't want to spoil anything for myself, so I have to abstain for 6 seasons for this. But that's not a bad thing because that's 6 seasons of stuff that just going to keep us going. Because I heard there's, you know, over 50, 60 episodes for us to go through.
Super excited.
And a lot of really, really good stuff in there. A lot.
Yeah. So without further ado, we might as well just start episode 2. I heard the first few episodes are bangers. I heard 1 isn't even as exciting as some of the other ones. So
episode 4 is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, thanks to one of the commenters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we read the comments, so be careful with what you say. But at the same time, thank you for watching, and we're going to be starting this reaction in 3. Oh, is this to prevent scurvy?
Crucial part of the formula neutralizes acidity, adds body.
I'm trying to figure out what.
So this is a callback to last episode of why he puts the match head in his coffee.
I imagine it's to prevent scurvy, potentially, because they were talking about how lemons, which is citrusy.
What's your name?
That's how they met.
I'm the new navigator.
Oh. It was a hallucination.
Debris field. Buckle up.
What was it? What?
He was doing a callback.
Yeah, he was just in his own head.
To
I mean, it just happened. So we're picking up right where we left off.
That was the first word she said and the last word she said to him.
It's not going well.
So they're going through a debris field right now. That's looking pretty bad. Oh.
That's not good. He almost fell out.
Imagine?
That'd be awful.
Do not lose that shit. We're going after them.
What?
Buddy, I don't think we're losing them. They'll get away with this.
What can they do? They have no weapons. Do they?
We're not going anywhere.
Mutiny.
Well, he's acting based off of emotion.
I would say.
She also knows that he's the reason they're there.
Yes.
Nobody else does.
Halfway through a shower, water ration exceeded.
Yeah, I feel like there'd be like a buy new ration system in those showers.
They're trying to thirst us out.
Ooh, he's got an eye on that lady right there.
One ship on me, you got protests. Two ship nicely, you got dead people in the street. And it's gonna get worse. Mark my words.
I mean, they just lost a huge shipment, too.
True. That's not late. It's not coming. I guess he has cop access.
Less cop, more like corporate enforcers, probably, more than anything, too.
Well, like they said last episode, they kind of have run of the station, and whatever they want to do, they can do. So.
No laws.
Father, father, or hot coffee.
Who's gonna make the judge? Who's gonna be the judge? What?
Is that a taxidermy mouse?
It's a robot?
Show me my replies.
The eyes blue red. You see that?
Maybe what you hate about me the most is that I remind you of yourself.
She's got some venom in her.
Yeah, she hasn't used any of her water rations. Okay.
I want to know what's happening.
The Secretary General. The Secretary General has publicly disavowed gravity torture. If you want to talk to that vulture, you put him in the tank.
Oh, she's in trouble.
She just got a talking to.
Did he throw him in head first?
He's got a rebreather.
In the antenna array up top has seen bad days.
See if you can improvise another board. I'm gonna go outside and see what's what.
Spacewalk!
We'll wait here. I don't mean to be a bad news bull or anything, but your life's done. Caterpillars are gone. I'm off about the ship. You how you treat?
We'll lose all oxygen in the cabin.
Everything depends on fixing that radio.
So it's radio versus oxygen.
The ship could crack apart. I'm telling you. If we open those doors, please, just listen to me. Listen to me. If we go out there, you can hear me. We're gonna die. I'm not leaving. Hey, you're in shock. You're in shock. You know the symptoms. You know the symptoms. Just breathe. Breathe.
He's having a shock about what's happening in the situation.
You chilled? Okay.
Some fast acting Xanax.
Space annex.
How's it looking out there?
Spacewalk!
It can always be worse.
Completely destroyed.
Those dead patches started appearing. My guess is the Griegas are stealing water again. Some belters clearly don't respect the green space's role in recycling the air and the water. Maybe if everyone in Ceres had this view, they respected more.
Oof.
A little bit of friction.
You can make your own view.
Happened like cactus. I don't want this anymore.
It's one way to call somebody a prick.
Oh no. Amos is an earther?
Looks like it.
You said it.
I really love the ship designs in this because I think they went with a really realistic approach of like it's not all super neat and clean. It's pretty like
Cobbled together by the cheapest bidder.
And she's like hiding in a little crawl space trying to fix something.
And he's singing and she's like, E12! Oh, was Alex the pilot the one that had the freak out?
No.
Okay, good. That's my boy.
But you have to remember they're in very limited oxygen.
So they're going a little delirious?
Possibly.
I'm rather surprised that this far they don't have rebreathers that convert carbon dioxide and monoxide back into oxygen.
Maybe that doesn't exist.
He's going oxygen. His brain is starting to be starved of oxygen a little bit. Yeah. No, I like him. No.
We don't have enough oxygen to vent again. Shed, take care of him. Do something.
Share your oxygen.
Okay, so we can share air. You can breathe off mine, okay?
Yeah. Rub his chest. Rub his chest. Yes.
We're buddy breathing.
You do such a good job of keeping this tense.
Mm.
Oh man. He's gonna do it, isn't it?
Percussive maintenance.
It works sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. Can tell you that from experience.
No, he can't die. Come on.
I don't think that's the medic dying, right?
It is the meta currently. Yes, that is unresponsive.
This motherfucker better wake up.
Hit him in the chest, percussive maintenance. Yeah!
Percussive.
It works sometimes. Get the heart started again, you know, with that last hit.
He saved his life from saying, ow!
That's what CPR does, okay?
Oh, they're besties now.
You crazy son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. Anything you need.
You're 2 heartbeats away from running the government on this planet. Yet you're accountable to no one. How does that happen?
Have it. Is Luna like Guantanamo Bay?
It seems like it.
Always move. I give them that.
Let's just build a prison on the dark side of the moon. No sun ever. Oh my god, man.
Your cold war is over. This is something new.
It's a hot
So
war.
she thinks she's onto a larger scheme rather than a small isolated.
And they don't even know about they don't even know about the tax on the ice ship yet and stuff like that. If that's even
No, because they haven't even
Exactly.
been found yet.
Do it on your own time, on the remotest chance we get off this plane.
Yeah, don't tell anybody it was you because
Then we're gonna have a problem.
Yes.
then she's really the captain and you might die and they might not need as much oxygen. Is he eating fungus? Does he eat fungus off the wall?
I mean, I imagine they have a pretty good catalog of the fungus that grows on
And
remote
probably has
asteroids.
moisture in it too, you know?
Listen, pick all the pockets you want. Old trunks. You mess with the water. That's when you're going down.
You do anything except fuck with water on this place.
Hey. Stay away from the aqua. Tell all your friends.
Send a message, I guess.
I did not see that.
I neither. I thought I was gonna kill him.
This.
He's got a weird morality code to him, and I'm really interested in seeing where it goes.
I was like pretty sure he was about to stab that guy.
I'm so excited for his character arc.
Mikey took his own life by avoiding high-gravity injections from his crash couch. It appears he broke free of his restraints during the critical phase of activity.
Oh, it broke his neck?
He used it to hurt him. He threw it back in her face.
He broke his neck with the thing.
He killed himself.
Holy crap.
Scopuli. Dumpy transport.
Mm.
Just this young lady.
Yes!
That could be bad.
Incoming missiles.
Ship on route.
Yeah!
They're gonna save.
What is it? Ship. It's Mars.
Ah.
Oh no.
Dodger. Flagship of the Martian Navy.
Coming to finish.
I like how he's a cactus for a plant because he doesn't need water for it. I just realized.
Oh. I guess that's the centrifugal force where he pours it and it kind of.
Because it's in orbit.
Yeah. Oh, it's Julie's Bumble.
Low gravity, no pressure.
Are you about to be taken aboard the MCR and done?
He said the broadcast out.
Yes, which bodes.
He just needs to reach one ship. One station, then they'll spread. They'll count on it. Jammers
I'm gonna say, why wouldn't they just jam it? Martian captain sitting in his chair like, just laughing.
I think this is what Mars wants.
They want to encourage a war.
Yeah, so they're probably gonna let it go through, right? And why would they bring them on board if they're just gonna kill them? Okay.
It's so funny.
Why use the door? Just make your own.
Damn right.
That's a lot of lasers.
You are prisoners of the Mars Congressional Republic. Move and you die.
What?
Interesting end.
Oh, they keep ending these episodes.
So they've been saved. And
Saved.
So that was
Yeah.
a really fast episode. Let's just
a,
start.
a few things I'd like to just go over really
Yeah.
quick is we saw some character development, especially with some of the rest of the crew, specifically Amos, in the sense that, first of all, clearly...
Mikey, your belly's just straight out.
is clearly he's a rather violent individual, but more importantly than him being violent, they kind of start tapping into that he does whatever Naomi says.
Right.
He's in love with her.
Like well, for whatever reason,
He's got an
he's
infatuation.
very loyal
Yeah.
to Naomi.
Huh.
Aside from that, the detective is making good headway on the case.
I like the dynamic between them because it seems like the newbie is like he's like a young punk who like joined the force for whatever reason we're gonna find out, and like I think at first he thought he was like just working with like the corrupt cop, and he just keeps getting surprised by like how the corrupt cop is just actually like not a bad guy.
Well, the Belter cop is actually playing both good and bad cop at the same time.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna stab you, and no, I'm just gonna let you go. You better not do this ever again.
Stop being an idiot and steal better.
He's like, don't steal water. Steal things to buy water with.
Or a little bit of water.
He's like, a little bit of water or stuff to buy water, not a lot of water. And it was interesting. They went up to like what was I assume the administrator's office, and they were talking with the gentleman, and he has plants, which I didn't even make the connection to that. The fact that on the first ship, the XO has plants, and in order to have plants, you
need
must
to
have
water.
excess water, and in order to have excess water, that's almost like a status symbol.
Yeah.
To have excess water, maybe less so if you're working on an ice ship, but on Ceres Station, it is a status symbol to have water, and especially enough to have a full shower with the rationing going on, and yet this gentleman has a whole. And they may be succulents, they may be plants that require less water,
But
it's still water that can be wasted.
Well, that also happens to be the district that supplies all of the clean oxygen. However, the privilege is being able to be around and live where the plants
You're right.
are.
Exactly, but
Not necessarily.
The oxygen district.
Yes.
I'm just actually surprised that they need plants to do oxygen, and there's no type of filter type. Because they have it where they
That
talk
is the
about,
filter.
but the plants produce oxygen. But there's certain sci-fis where we watch it and they don't even need an oxygen tank. The mask rebreathes and reprocesses what they breathe.
Well,
Well,
you
it's a
have to
recycler.
remember also the timeline of where this series takes place from episode 1. It's far in the future, but it's not. They're going for a very realistic take
And
on the
There's
future.
no hyperspace or
It
anything
is-
like that.
it
they
is-
still have the recyclers because remember in episode 1 they talk about the air filters
And that
and
he
that's why
was-
they couldn't
and
breathe.
they were crappy.
Right,
Yeah.
so that is a recycling of the air.
Exactly.
But in terms of using plants in space for oxygen, that has historical basis because both in researching rebreathers for submarines and in space and hypothetical like lunar colonies, pumpkin plants, if I'm remembering correctly, were looked into because they have a very high CO2 to oxygen like replenishment rate.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Now, it was also rather interesting to find out that the woman from Earth is the
The politician.
politician, is the third
Mm-hmm.
highest in command of the
Yes.
entire planet Earth.
With
And
no
as-
oversight.
Yeah, with no oversight. Like the undersecretary was like, I can't do what you did and get away with
Well,
it.
and that's important because you also, she has a title, but like they don't really focus on that. They're clearly showing like she's has whatever means necessary.
She's the CIA director for
Got
the
it.
president who has to get elected.
Got it. Now, gosh, it was a little close with the deaths almost with Alex, I think his name is,
Alex, yes,
Alex.
is the pilot
and the medic. But the
who is shed.
and if you notice,
I like
the
the both
medic,
of them.
the medic was slowing his own oxygen so
Mhm.
that the other guy could get oxygen because he had less, which was
He was prepared for them to die together
prepared-
before he
yeah.
let him die.
the medic was
alone.
actually prepared to die first.
Yes, so he was a medic in every fashion.
And we also saw two very good examples of percussive maintenance today. The first one was percussive maintenance of electronics, where you kick the satellite or the antenna, and it works. Yay! You ever get mad at something so much you hit it a bunch of times and it works? Yeah, I've done that once or twice.
I've never done that to a human though.
Not a human though, but that's technically
It worked.
That's technically CPR. CPR is you're hitting the chest enough to cause the heart to beat by itself, so it'll automatically
I
restart.
call that percussive
And
maintenance.
another important thing to take away is you get to see how quick Naomi is to try to solve a problem,
But also how quick
and
she is
how
to take a charge.
capable she is. How good of an engineer she is.
She's got a very commanding
She was
presence.
the wrong XO.
Yes.
The XO was chosen wrong. It shouldn't have been him. It should have been her. I don't know. It's just.
But I mean, it's you pointed that out. Like the wrong person went to CO, but like that's corporate as hell. I mean,
Yeah.
I like you, kid. We're gonna promote you. Meanwhile,
pers-
like the capable person is like, I've been in engineering for 20 years.
Actually, you think about it, the wrong person went to CO, but without the wrong person going to XO, I'm sorry, we don't have a TV show because without it, Naomi just dumps the log and never thinks about it ever again.
That's true.
And then nobody dies, and they all get home safe. There's no problems with water on Sirius Station. You know what? She is the better XO. She would have made this decision that would have,
Not killed them all.
Any final question statements? Things you observed?
So one, obviously, there's a lot of setup, so I had a bunch of questions. Two, seemed like it was just expanding upon episode 1, so like I still have all the same questions. I don't really have many new, but I'm wondering if we're going to run into the captain of the Mars ship, because I imagine he's going to want to talk to the survivors.
I don't know. I feel like the Mars people are going to be taking prisoner and maybe used as exchange for like prisoners.
They
of their
did
own.
say they were prisoners at
Right.
the end of the episode.
So they're prisoners. So they're not. Well, and they had guns drawn, as well as the fact that what's that guy's Amos was his name, I think, had a gun drawn as well.
Amos did not have a gun.
One of the
drawn.
guys had-
Didn't you have the gun drawn to the back
Oh,
of...
that was James Holden.
Oh, James Holden had a gun drawn.
No, Amos had the gun pointed at James Holden.
No, at the end, one of them had a gun drawn when their ship was being boarded.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It
didn't
was
even
probably
notice
still
that.
Amos.
It was
But
definitely Amos.
My concern here is they have to give Mars a face at some point in this show,
And they're doing
and
that.
because it's the capital ship of the fleet is why I think that they're going to run into the captain of the capital.
Grand Admiral.
Grand Admiral.
Fleet
not
Admiral.
Thrawn.
Fleet Admiral. Mars the third.
And it's just going to keep getting better. There was a lot of really good tension in there.
This was
the
Are they going
build-up.
to make it? Are they going to be saved?
I
They're
can't
going to be
tell.
saved, but, you know.
I really can't tell who was going to make it. I thought we were going to lose a crew or two there, or somebody was going to happen, or, they were screwed. But now we're at the part where we still might lose somebody because they might get tortured by the Martians, or
And it is the Expanse.
it is the Expanse, so we might lose some characters. Only way for us to find out, unfortunately, to keep watching. Unfortunately, I mean, because I
think
want to
that's
know right
pretty
now.
Fortunate.
I'm pretty
Well,
fortunate.
we're about to see
Unfortunately, I
some
wanna know
more.
now.
So
yeah, as we continue to watch, make sure you guys continue to watch us watch. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've been enjoying our Expanse, please leave some comments below. Any type of way you'd like to see our discussions go, let us know. In the future, I do want to go out and grab us, especially for this show, some notebooks, so because I'm gonna have to write characters down and what's going on for certain points.
yeah,
in their names.
we're definitely
We're
going to
gonna
get
have
into
to.
that.
So the next, maybe not for episode 3 and this one obviously, but the next ones, don't be surprised if we're sitting here
I agree.
writing stuff down. Like, okay, I'm drawing a character.
Well, also that
cross
way-
that character out. They're dead.
That way, there was one moment we probably should have been quiet and we weren't totally quiet, but it's just going to happen because there's so many. You're just going to keep asking questions like, "But wait, what? What does that mean?"
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's
Yeah,
a great idea. We'll definitely do that.
that's how we're gonna end this discussion. Is letting you guys know we are gonna be getting some notebooks so we can write some stuff down. Not even for just this reaction, but
Just-
any future reactions where we watch something and we're like, oh, we should write that down. That sounds like it's interesting.
And the last thing I would like to say is if you have any other constructive feedback, like on the volume, which we've hopefully resolved, or
yes.
for the most part, please say something. We're willing to change something or adjust something so it's better for
Better quality, better
yeah,
experience.
yeah, that's
better pizza at Papa John's.
absolutely. but we're willing to
Also at
make
Papa
those
John's.
changes. So please, if you have any issues, feel free to say it in a nice way. Thank you.
And we're already, from the Expanse viewers, we've already received a couple more recommendations of shows. So if there's any really popular recommendations of shows that you may have after we finish this series down the line, feel free to let us know. Otherwise, as we continue our Expanse journey, make sure you keep watching and keep with us.
Yeah, keep it up. You guys are great.
you guys
We're
are
really
great.
exciid to have you guys here, and thank you.
And thank
thank
you
you
for
guys.
having us with the Expanse community. I'm Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
We're the Review Crew, and we're heading out today. Thank you, and take care.
Bye.
Bye.